But the art of fulfillment, that's an art. That's a different game. There's many different pieces. What one person thinks is ugly art, somebody else thinks is beautiful. You got to find your art. And the worst thing I've ever seen in my life is someone who succeeds at everything and then they go, is this all there is? There's no meaning in their life. Because I believe that meaning comes from growth. It's like, if you don't grow, you're not going to feel alive. And I believe the deep meaning comes from growing and giving, feeling like your life is contributing to somebody else. So I'd like to see more in the field tied towards people understanding that these are two different sides of the same experience of life, that you can't emphasize just having meaning and doing nothing, because then you drift away, and you can't just be doing everything and getting results without meaning. And life's not just about me, it's about we.
When is it okay to settle for things in life? You know, I think this question probably comes up a lot now when people are struggling to find a job. Should they hold out for the perfect job? Should they just take a job, for example?
Well, the word settle is the one that I think is the one that all of us, when you hear the word, you go, you know, how do you do that? And yet at the same time, you got to deal with reality. You got to deal with the cards you're dealt. So I don't think you should ever settle, but I think you should decide what is necessary right now. Settling would mean I'm going to accept this and I'm going to stay in this place. You might have to, in the short term, do something you hate to do in order to take care of your family. You only settle if you decide that's what you're going to let yourself do for the rest of your life. You know, you might have to go do something that you think is below your skill set or is not fulfilling. But, you know, if you're a father or a mother or, you know, a responsible human being for anybody, we all have to do stuff we hate at times. You know, so I always tell my kids, you know, sorry, but we do some of the stuff we hate so we can have the privilege of doing the stuff we love. But here's the difference. While you're busy doing that, maybe it's time for you to be working on your solution. So I came up with this idea of creating a community called the Power of Crisis. And that's what Ari and I are together kind of giving birth to here on the Huffington Post. So if you go to the section here on Breakthrough, the Power of Crisis, we've given you something simple. I said to Ariana, I said, if we ask people to tell us their problems, we're good at telling our problems. Let's get them to tell us a problem they had, a horrific problem, that they somehow got through and how they turned it around. So the 5 questions that we ask you to answer, and you can type them in, and then each week we're gonna look at them. I'm gonna highlight one of the stories here on the Huffington Post to give a little review. And we're going to talk about the TV show, what people learned from it, and solutions from that as well. But also, you can do a video of it. And it shows you how to do it if you just click on that area. We just answer these 5 questions. You might think them in your head right now. The first question really is, in its essence, is what's been one of the toughest times in your life? What's one of the absolute toughest times? What's been a crisis you faced? And then once you tell us that very quickly, we get to the real core question, which is, what pulled you through? What pulled you through that time? And then the third question is real brief. It's just, where were you before this all happened? Like, what was your life like? Because a lot of times people say, oh, my life was perfect. But when they think about it, they go, my life actually sucked then too. Then the fourth question, and all these are written down, so you don't have to remember these, is what did you do? Once you made that mental, that emotional, psychological shift, once you had that breakthrough, that something started pulling you through, what did you do to change your life? And finally, the fifth question is, how is your life better today as a result of going through this? Which sounds crazy, but how are you more caring or more compassionate? Or are you stronger because you went through that crisis? If you answer those 5 questions by video or in typing, we're going to build this community, and we'll have all these kind of pathways to show you people who have been through things you've been through or are going through, and giving you answers, and we can really communicate back and forth instead of just one person trying to give the answers to everybody. And if you do it for yourself, I think you'll find it engaging.
This is an extraordinary experience for all of us today. Tony, thank you so much.
Thank you, Willow. You were really patient with us here with this technology, and thanks for making this possible. And I want to thank Ariana for making this possible. We're excited to have this become a conversation and a dialogue at the Post each week for the next 6 weeks. Let's see how we can help each other. And please go there right now. Answer those 5 questions by video or just type them in. We're all going to read them, and I think you can not only help yourself, but by your own story, help other people as well. So thank you again, Willow.
All right. Take care, Tony. See you soon. Bye-bye.